This is a Norco Fluid FS1 24. It's a kid's full suspension bike. It features progressive handling, low standover, and a youth-tuned suspension and dropper post that is optimized for 8 to 12-year-old riders. This is a serious enduro bike for young shredders, featuring a slack head angle, air suspension, burly trail tires, 11-speed drivetrain, and hydraulic disc brakes. These are awesome specs for a modern mountain bike that is shrunk down for 24-inch wheels, designed to give young riders confidence to hit the chunky stuff. If you've been following this channel, you might have noticed that I've been putting it to the test for the past 6 months. It gave me the confidence to hit bigger and bigger features and progress my riding. While this bike has many outstanding features, it's not without its flaws. Later in this video, we'll go through some aspects of this bike and what can use some improvement and explore the other alternatives such as the FS2. Now let's go through the specs of the bike. It features a lightweight alloy frame with the horse link suspension design, with a custom light-tuned Fox DPS shock that gives 120 millimeters of suspension on the rear, which does an awesome job of absorbing impacts from rough terrain and jumps. The front suspension is handled by a Manitou J unit Expert Air with 145 millimeters of travel. It has compression and rebound settings to dial your ride. It is probably the best youth-oriented fork that you can get for light riders. This fork and the slack head angle is one of the main reasons this bike is so good. The wheels are the Sungringle wheel set with SRC hubs laced to a Duroc 30 rims. These are tough and are ready to take on gnarly trails. Both front and rear have a boost through axles and are wrapped around with the popular Maxxis Minions DHF on the front and the DHR2 on the back. The grip of these tires are just phenomenal. Just like most bikes, it comes with tubes, but are tubeless ready. All you need is a set of tubeless valves and sealant and you're good to go. Stopping power is provided by a Shimano MT500 hydraulic disc brakes, 180mm rotors on the front and 160 on the back. It offers plenty of stopping power, especially on steep terrain. Yahoo! While your power goes through a SRAM NX 11-speed clutch drivetrain, which provides the range that you'll need when blasting downhill and climbing back up. And yes, it does have a Trans-X JD light action dropper post which has 100mm of travel racing on your saddle. One of the things that are specific to the FS1 is the SDG Junior Contact Kit. This youth-specific kit includes a small saddle, composite pedals with metal pins, and a smaller diameter groups and handlebar. This fitting provides the riders that feeling when this bike is not too big for them and they can handle it real well. So how do these awesome specs translate into real-world riding? As someone who used to ride a 24-inch hardtail, all of these specs translated into a confidence-inspiring bike. The sum of having good brakes, grippy tires, awesome suspension, and modern geometry makes it pushing to the limits easier. All these specs come at a weight penalty at 13.5 kilograms or 29.7 pounds. That's almost half my body weight, and it takes time getting used to throwing around all that weight. Climbing up on the trails is gonna be challenging. Unless you get a tow from an adult or take a shuttle up, in a way, it's like pedaling up an e-bike with the assist turned off. The slow rolling Maxxis Minions does not make it any easier. However, having a dropper seat post is a big help. But this bike is not really meant to be a cross-country cruiser. It's built tough so it can descend on terrain that you thought is impossible before. And to be fair, similar competitors would weigh almost the same. One Once you learn how to trust the grip of your tires, it will be much more comfortable to lean through the turns and carry more speed. And it does feel really good when you're able to do that. Also knowing that you have enough stopping power when you need it.
Sorry guys.
All good. When I had my old hardtail, I was not able to pedal through rocky terrain and I was fishtailing a lot. But when I got this bike, I was able to pedal through rough terrain, get enough speed for big jumps, and the suspension soaked up little bumps, so it was easier to go at high speeds. I've mentioned slack geometry a lot in this video, and you might be wondering, what is slack geometry? Well, it allows you to do steep trails without you having the feeling that you're going to be sent over the bars and land face first. As you progress, you'll appreciate how you can adjust the suspension based on your riding style and what you like. Now let's talk about the disadvantages. The lack of chainstay protection is a huge oversight. The clutch on the SRAM derailleur does a good job of maintaining the tension on the chain, but the small rear triangle means that it doesn't take much for the chain to hit the frame. It is so common now that I'm not sure why Norco didn't add it on this bike. And from the looks of it, even the latest 2023 model still doesn't have it. Next is the shock being too linear. Having the correct sag makes it really easy to bottom out. Good thing it's an easy fix with volume spacers. And to be fair, that can be an issue with any full suspension bike. It was really hard to think of these disadvantages. So just to note that all of these disadvantages are just an easy fix. And keep this in mind if you're gonna buy this bike. The Fluid FS1 sits at the higher range of a youth dual suspension mountain bike. But if you compare it to other adult mountain bikes that have the same specs, the value is pretty good. Norco also offers the more affordable FS2 model, which is a decent alternative. However, I believe the price difference of the FS1 is well worth it due to the performance and the component differences. The main differences are the damper on the J-unit fork of the FS2 uses a coil on the negative chamber, while on the FS1 have both air dampers. The FS2 uses an X-Fusion 02 Pro R, while Fox Performance DPS on the FS1. Shimano Dior 10 speed on the FS2 and a SRAM NX11 speed on the FS1. Tetra hydraulic brakes on the FS2 versus Shimano MT500 on the FS1. Sunringo wheel set on the FS1. The V-Tire Crown Gem versus the Maxxis Minions on the FS1. And lastly, the FS1 comes with the SDG Junior Pro kit. This is the 2021 version, which is being replaced with a new build spec for the 2023 with minor differences. That's a good thing because you can get this bike on sale for a lot lower than the SRP. So grab yourself a bargain if you can. Hope you appreciate this video. If you liked it, please leave a like, and if you have any questions, comment it down below. Tread hard, ride safe. See ya!